The Storm have won 16 opening round matches on the trot, and at this venue, AAMI Park, they win 75% of the time. So the stats are against this team, but youth has no fear. And this Broncos pack oozes athleticism and power and aggression. And they're bolstered by the return of one of the modern game's best forwards, Matt Gillett, who hasn't played at this level in almost a year. After fracturing a vertebra last year, it was in doubt whether he played all at one stage. So Brisbane, the first team out. Paul Horton, welcome to season 2019.
Thanks, Matt. Great to be here. Of course, big match. And Jimmy Roberts, he's my go-to man tonight. He's a very exciting player. No more exciting player in the game than Jimmy Roberts. When he's in the clear and striding away, he's a real crowd getter-upperer. Fantastic player. Only 9 tries last year, 18 the year before. If he's got one criticism, sometimes he tends to ball watch and become a spectator in his own game. If they can get the ball to him a lot more, if he can go looking for it, I think he's a 25 try a year man.
Well, this team, Melbourne, they've played in 3 straight grand finals. They won the premiership in 2017, beating North Queensland, but losses in 16 to the Sharks last year against the Roosters. And that man Cameron Smith starts to get another campaign. He'll surely this year will certainly become the leading point scorer in premiership history. He's only 32 points behind Hazem El Masri, who currently holds that mark. Hello, Andrew Johns.
Good evening. Finally, the footy's on. Look at Big Nelson. Bit of a drama in the warm-up. One of the biggest players in the competition. I think would be the biggest player. Huge man taking on a really strong young pack of the Brisbane Broncos. They'll need him firing. Looks in good shape. It's Cameron Munster. Led a big game with the retirement of Billy Slater, but Jerome Hughes be playing fullback. Nelson Asofa Solomona. Interesting to see how that abductor groin injury goes, which he strained in the warm-up, and heard him firing.
Well, there he is, Anthony Seibold. There is enormous pressure on him. Well, this campaign will be grueling. It'll be exhilarating. It'll be emotional, but it's always compelling. The footy is here. The 2019 Premiership is underway. And Jesse Bromwich with the first carry of the season. What a journey we have coming your way here on Nine's Wide World of Sports throughout this year. There's the man in question. He was on the exercise bike trying to loosen up what we think was a muscle strain, Big Nelson. But he's out there starting, and they go through the hands. It comes away to this left-hand side of the field, and Will Chambers, who was in doubt with an ankle problem before passing a fitness test today, is tackled. There's Finucane put down in centre field. And Gillett there in 13 for Brisbane. It's good to see him back. Nelson again. We've got a good tackle by Jaden Sewer as he reached the halfway line. Munster with a kick. A high one. We got felled.
Yeah, there's drama here. Matthew Lodge dived at the knees and below of Cameron Munster. He's got up Munster, but he was stunned by the hit.
He can't do it. It's a cheap
No, it
shot.
doesn't look good.
Can't protect himself. If you're going to tackle like that, you have to go above. Is it above the hips? Dives at the knees. It's just dangerous.
Yeah, he wasn't committed to that before he dived. It was a late call by Lodge. And no 2 points. They're going for a 6.
And now Felice Kaufusi sets Melbourne up for the first raid of this game on Brisbane's 10-metre line. Smith to Dale Finucane. Lodge in the centre there, making the tackle with offhand Gowie and McCulloch. So often the leading defender in terms of tackle numbers in the competition. Oh, Nelson, I don't know who that ball was to. It wasn't to any of his teammates, but there's a penalty. They were offside.
James Roberts. Offside, James. James.
You see the difference of the Brisbane Broncos defence under Anthony Seibold. Really fast-moving, aggressive defence. When Nelson passed that ball, James Roberts was up on the 10-metre mark.
Well, they thought about taking the shot, but Cameron Smith wants to play on. They ignore the 2, they want 4. There's Smith, Away to Munster, first receiver, Brody Croft. Second, Kaufusi nearly ran through Milford. He got him with a tackle. It was on the jumper, but it was effective. And now Vunivalu tries his luck from close to the line.
5 Brisbane defenders in there. How did Milford hang on? He looked over Kaufusi.
Here's Smith now, playing away to Nelson. He hurries a pass out the back. Oh, he found Munster. And now the ball's gone to ground in a backwards direction. And Hughes will score the first try of the season.
They're going to check something.
Okay, that will be tackle 4. We have a try. Just confirming that the ball is backwards from Kenny Bromwich.
Making sure the ball went backward. Billy who? Jerome Hughes, over he goes, the new Melbourne fullback. This is what they're looking at. Well,
Does the right hand go on the ball first?
it looks like it, and goes. Well, it goes straight down, but
Well, if it hits his right hand and goes straight down.
that's a knock on, is it? No, they're checking the grounding.
By Kenny Bromwich. And grounding the in goal. We have a decision.
Here we go.
Well, they lost the second greatest try scorer ever in Billy Slater, his #1 jumper, now in Jerome Hughes' hands. And there's the green lights to signify the opening try of the premiership.
Interesting, Andrew, wasn't it? Knocked back 2 shots at goal for simple penalties for Cameron Smith and decided to attack. And it's paid off for them.
Yeah, that was the ball there on the Harvey Norman replay. Sofa Solomona attracts 2 and 3 defenders and gets the ball on the outside. Munster finds another offload and Jerome Hughes on the right. This is the ball here on the outside by Nelson Asofa. And then Munster once again, beautiful ball.
It's a great ball from Munster. 3 defenders on him.
What about that one, Freddie?
Yeah, the speculator from Nelson was a beauty. Also running to the right side. If you look at James Roberts, he looks awful at the moment. Very ginger. He's got a bad back. As they come down that side, you can just see him panic. But I want to ask Billy Slater, what's it going to do to Jerome's confidence the first try of the game, Bill?
Yeah, well, it's certainly going to help his confidence. He's a wonderful player, but to get a start like that is certainly going to... Just another change. We've got Will Chambers playing on the left-hand side, Curtis Scott on the right. Last year, they were swapped over.
Here's Cameron Smith. It's going to stay left. It's 4-0 to Melbourne.
James Roberts is gone. Tony Stagg.
Successful off the boot on the captain just to the left. Here's the replay one more time. That's how we'd like to start season 2019 with a try. There's Melbourne side 4. Score. Just over 4 minutes play.
Wait for that 30 seconds here, Jared. Yeah, wait, just wait, Jermaine. Just wait, mate. Got to wait for that 30 seconds. 10 to go. Still 10. Wait, boys.
The Broncos yet to touch the ball in attack after just over 4 minutes of football now. And they're behind on the scoreboard, and Melbourne full of confidence here.
James Roberts is gone. He'll have to come off the field. He cannot run. He's holding his back. You can see he's got pain going down his legs.
He needs to come off quickly.
Tony Staggs is the man who's on the bench that can fill in the centres. But losing the potency of Roberts early here after conceding the first try is a huge blow for Brisbane. Munster playing short to Kenny Bromwich. Wrapped up by Gillett and McCulloch. And now for Jesse Bromwich this time. Well, hard to believe that they haven't handled the ball yet, Brisbane, as Roberts is off the field and on his haunches. And a high kick aimed towards the wing of Corey Oates under pressure from Vunivalu. But he's done it well there, Corey. He's got 8 tries in his last 4 games going back to last season. Now Darius Boyd. His 293rd NRL game, Darius, and the first that he has played where Wayne Bennett hasn't been his coach. You saw vision there of Roberts going up in the tunnel. The first casualty of the season. One Brisbane certainly didn't want. Here's offhand Gowie up to the halfway. McCulloch for Lodge. hit hard by Finucane and Felice Kafusi. The high kick from Cody Nikorima. It goes a fraction too far, and Hughes with the catch on the full. Well, I heard Billy say before the game, Andrew, that Melbourne didn't trial all that well. You wouldn't know it now, the way they've come out of the blocks.
Started well, haven't they? Really started well.
They won 10 of 14 at home last season, this Melbourne Storm outfit. As Finucane goes to Croft, good hands. Hughes away now for Scott, right foot step. He left Jack Bird behind. And played it quickly as well. Vunivalu for Croft. And Smith now hovering at second receiver. Went to Munster, now Chambers. Saw off Staggs. Comes back to the middle of the field. And Big Nelson with it.
He's had some touches, Nelson, already in the opening 7 minutes.
Here's Jesse Bromwich now from Brodie Croft. They're full of running, this Melbourne outfit. Last tackle here. They're only 10 short of the line once again. It'll come from Munster. Left foot kick towards the rim. Addo-Carr's got the jump on this. Oh, it's well done. Oh, Asako had to maintain his cool. And he took it under enormous pressure.
Great effort by Asako. Just got there a fraction late. Addo-Carr. Much in it. Melbourne look like they're in a training gallop at the moment. It's cruising through their sets.
It's the possession, 83% possession to the Storm. They haven't found the line here, the last play, the Broncos. Get the ball out, give their forwards a bit of a rest.
Andrew McCulloch will kick from dummy half after only 3 tackles. Can't clear the head of Josh Addo-Carr, who has 7 career tries against the Broncos. There's only one club against who he scored more, that's Manly. Three tackles already for Brisbane. Felice Kafusi run hard, aiming his run towards Anthony Milford, who's got Alex Glenn helping him out in defence on Brisbane's left-hand side. A kick from Munster on 4. He's got Chambers and Addo-Carr pursuing it. Boyd across the ground to collect it. Oh, we got a good tackle there. Good chase, Kenny Bromwich. Asako, leading point scorer in the premiership last year. McCulloch with a dash out of dummy half. Gets up to the halfway line, just short of it in fact. He grabs an extra metre before playing it to Boyd. Now for Milford. Bangs it down the centre of the ground. Jerome Hughes to return it. I noticed that this week that Craig Bellamy felt it appropriate to give him a bit of a verbal spray, Jerome Hughes, when he came back after representing New Zealand and didn't present after his pre-season best of shape, they say. Smith down the short side now to Croft, to Kafusi. Shows the dummy, had the ball in one hand, but opted against the pass. Tackle number 4 now for Melbourne. Here's Curtis Scott and a very disjointed Brisbane defensive line. They're 15 out, Melbourne. A long pass to Munster at first receiver and a kick towards the line. It won't get that far though. He gets as far as Staggs, who can bring it back.
Brisbane, there's about 6 blokes hands on hips. They look like shot ducks. Kafusi just breezed down that touchline for about 25 metres there. No one laid a hand on him.
Yeah, Milford has to make a statement soon. Kafusi 2 or 3 times already in the opening 10 minutes. He's got one-on-one with Milford. He has to get it underneath him, Milford, and make a statement to Kafusi.
Matt Gillett's previous game before tonight was round 5 last year, April 7. It's been a long road to get back for Matt Gillett. Such a serious injury. It's great to see him out there. Milford with a stab kick. Hughes wants to keep it in play.
A lot of ball in play. The opening 11 minutes. Seagull may be going to his interchange soon. A lot of work from their big men.
Yeah, the next Brisbane kick, they should just kick it straight into touch and give themselves a little break. That's what they should do. They look busted.
Good tackle there by Sarko on Will Chambers.
Hold. Go for.
Now Kenny Bromwich muscles his way up over the halfway line. Munster. Aerial once again. And Boyd will give it away to Corey Oakes to do the bullocking work. Oh, he's half through here, Oakes. Let's go to Brad's sideline.
Yeah, you saw James Roberts come off. Speaking to the doctor, obviously it's his lower back, pulled a muscle, but it looked like it could be Neurox. He's also feeling his arm and down his quads as well, so doesn't look like good news, and we haven't got any certainty yet whether he's coming back or won't be finished. It looks like he's finished. TC's give me the message, he's finished.
Freddie, you're more of a chance in playing with James Roberts tonight. He looked in all sorts of time.
Here's Milford now running onto one at pace. Oh, Bird got lined up. Great tackle, Vunivalu. And now Scott can scoot away off the loose ball. Melbourne are going to get a second. Oh, what a tackle from Vunivalu on Bird.
Yeah, that's all on Vunivalu. Brilliant tackle. Outnumbered, he came in to cut it off, and in doing so produced a crunching tackle. Forced the ball loose. This Curtis Scott, he looks good, Joey.
He's been in the New South Wales emerging team. There's a real opportunity there from the Broncos and the Harvey Norman replay, but Vunivalu saw the play beautifully. Just came out of the line, cut Greg Bird in half. I mean, Jack Bird. Greg Bird's fallen off his chair. Billy?
Great tackle by Suliasi Vunivalu, who created the opportunity. But young Curtis Scott, this is his preferred position on this right-hand side in the centre position. He swapped with Will Chambers. Will Chambers actually got injured in the All-Star match and hasn't trained for a month, so Curtis Scott's been in this right centre position and he's making the most of it.
Yeah, when wingers make that decision to come in, the one thing they can't afford to do is miss. And Vunivalu, he didn't miss.
It was a real opportunity. They had him on the outside.
Yeah.
Vunivalu was a great decision to come in. You can see that the line was actually backing off from the Storm. Vunivalu saw that they were outnumbered. Rolled the dice. Great defensive play there. He looks good, doesn't he, Curtis Scott?
Well, they're just a marvel, this Melbourne side. Round 1, 2019, and it's like they haven't even had an off-season. They've picked up where they've left off, not just last year, but oh, gee, for a decade, if not longer. So Smith now, can he correct the error with his first kick? He wants it to swing. He's got it to come around beautifully. It's 10-0 Melbourne.
Keep behind it.
Here goes Jesse Bromwich, who's dealt harshly in defence that time. So Melbourne 10-0. They're the leading front runners in modern day rugby league. They're very rarely run down when they jump out to an early lead. And given the weight of possession, it's a monumental assignment facing the Broncos from here. Finucane.
Nice and square.
Runs his way up past the 40-metre line. Away to Munster. He'll go with an inside pass to Hughes. Here's another chance. Oh, we couldn't get the pass away to Crofts.
Big tackle, Matt Lodge.
Go, last Matt. Okay, now.
Munster again. Chips over the top. Here comes the chase. Addo-Carr. Oh, the bounce! It was cruel! It was terrible!
Okay, last tackle. Have no try. We're looking that Josh Addo-Carr takes the Brisbane player out of the contest.
There's Asako in front.
I don't think he takes him out.
I don't think he does either. He stepped as well to try and get to the football.
He's looking at the ball, Addo-Carr. Look, he's got all eyes for the ball, and then competing for the ball, they collide.
They're allowed to jostle, but maybe they're going to get him for a little push in the back. Because it looks like his hand's there.
Josh Addo-Carr has made contact in the kick chase and taken the opportunity from Jermaine Asako to contest the ball. We have a decision.
Wow.
There wasn't much in it, but it was just enough to put Asako on the deck.
It'll stay at 10 mil.
Back, Now, mate.
Only Telstra Mobile customers can stream the NRL data-free on Australia's best mobile network. Download the NRL official app right now and follow the prompts to start streaming. Well, Andrew, how do you claw your way back against the Melbourne Storm team when they get in this mood? They give you nothing.
They've got to think the longer. They've got to be thinking 10, 15 minutes ahead. They've got to get some field position, try to force the Storm into some errors down their area, but they can't try to win the game in the next 5 minutes. They've got to grind away for the next 10, 15 minutes. When the opportunities come, that's when they need to strike. That's not the play.
Jaden Sewer turns it over, and Finucane will run it forward for Melbourne to within 37 metres of the Broncos line. They've got 2 tries, Melbourne, and they're searching for a third. Anthony Seibold's gone to the bench. He's got Tom Flegler, who will play his first game for Brisbane when he gets on the field. He's not far away now. Hughes for Kaufusi. 19 years of age. Look at the size of him. Smith with an inside pass to a charging Nelson Asava-Solomona. Got it back to Bromwich. Jesse Bromwich. Now to Cameron Munster. With that stop-start run. His progress has halted. 16 out from the Broncos line here. Smith with a pass to Croft. He'll kick for Kaufusi. Oh, they're unstoppable. Has he dropped the ball though? He's banged the ground in frustration.
Okay, Chids, that
It
will
was
be
there
tackle
for him
5.
on a platter.
We have no try. Confirming that we got lost ball by Felice Kaufusi.
Storm right-hand kick chaser are onside.
No.
Felice Kaufusi has lost the ball in a grounding attempt. We have a decision.
I mean, that's almost impossible to do. But he's done it.
It was a nice play, the early kick.
Yeah, beautiful.
Knock on, 20.
Oh,
Where's this go?
that would have really had Brisbane in trouble, 14 or 16-0.
Well, it's a trend in the modern game where they defend their fullback in the defensive line
On the whistle, Andrew. Wait, mate.
when they're
Wait,
defending
Andrew.
their line.
Wait.
Right, let's go.
Okay.
Darius Boyd there was defending in the line. You can get it through the line. Pretty much you can score every time if you catch the ball.
It was Jack Bird playing it. It's his first completed touch of the game. Another one coming back from a long injury layoff. Last played in round 10 last season. Lodge. Plays it to McCulloch. Comes away to Cody Nikorima. Inside pass to Joel Fangawi. Nikorima from Milford. He'll stab it through. Alex Glenn leading the chase, but the ball trickles over the touchline, and the Broncos will get the much-needed break. I wonder how Anthony Seibold's feeling in his first game in charge of the Broncos. Brad Fittler, down to you.
Yeah, nice kick there. Gave him a little bit of breathing space. If you have a look at the completions, the Broncos at the moment just completed their 5th set. On the other hand, the Storm have completed 11. And we just saw Christian Welch go on, and also on the bench, Thomas Flegler. He's warming up. He could be going on very soon, playing his first game for the Brisbane Broncos.
It's from Tully in North Queensland. Tom Flegler. It's from a family of banana farmers, Paul.
It's the wettest town in Australia, Tully. So we learnt in grade 5 and 6. I don't know if it's true.
Here's Christian Welch now.
Give me a step, Joe!
Taken by Andrew McCulloch in the tackle. Smith away to Croft with an inside pass now to Jesse Bromwich. He got it back to Smith, who then went to Munster. Here's a kick for Addo-Carr. There's no winger there. Addo-Carr claps it on the speed. Boy takes it out.
He got the ball off the offload then. The ball offload goes to Cameron Smith. And he finds Munster. And Munster gets the ball. As soon as he gets the ball, he looks up for Addo-Carr. Ball come out here to Smith. Watch Munster look. Looks straight at him. And look at that. Addo-Carr knew Munster was thinking straight away. He was off and gone before he even kicked the ball. See there, they acknowledge each other.
He's
Great
keeping
combination.
them busy, Joey, isn't he? Keeping them busy at the back there. Do you think you should shallow that kick up a little bit?
Let's go, boys. Clock's ticking.
Yeah, probably on that one.
Yeah.
Once he brings up those outside defenders. What a great play that was.
Here's Munster now. Away through Hughes and Scott. Taken within 8 metres of the line. Well, they're defending desperately here, Brisbane. If they concede a third try, it's warning bells. Chambers in the centre of the park this time. Confronted by Lodge with McCulloch's help. Smith underneath now to Jesse Bromwich. He's cut down short of the line by Offhand Gowie and McCulloch. And down below, Gillett. Finucane will try to back his way there. Right underneath the posts at the Slater stand end of Amy Park, but they've lost the ball.
Okay, I'll swap you back, Matty.
So another moment of
mate.
reprieve
Shot
for the
clock
visitors.
Well, they're just hanging on, Brisbane, and they're doing really well in defence. Look at them, they're all breathing so hard.
It's a job now with the halves, especially Nikorima, for the Brisbane Broncos. He has to understand how hard his forwards are working. Needs to nurse his team through the next 10 minutes. Use his outside backs from dummy half. Let his big men rest and then find the line. Here's a penalty.
Oh.
This will help.
That's the mark. Easy. Jermaine, we've got it.
Skate 10, boys.
It's their first penalty
Stay there,
for the
Matty.
night, Brisbane. No, in the second.
Make the line hit, Kenny. Hold for the foot. Hold.
Tony Staggs makes the tap. He goes for the run himself. Asako away to Nikorima. And now for Offhand Gowie, and you can see with the possession split at 70-30 in Melbourne's favour, they're surging off the defensive line. Here's Flegler with his first touch in the NRL. He was an 18-year-old playing in the Intrust Super Queensland Cup for South Logan last year, and he was too good for them. And he's one of this emerging brigade of Brisbane forwards as Milford goes for a run. David Fafita on the bench as well. Tavita Pangai Jr. to come off the bench. Nikorima now away to Staggs. He steps back in. The ball's come out.
Hand over, boys. Last tackle. It's a hand over.
They tried a little blindside shot there. In the last tackle, it didn't go so well.
Just use the foot, Kenny.
Gifting Melbourne the ball.
Go, Kenny.
Hold square, mate. Andrew, hold straight.
Go. 0.
Nottingham as well during the first round of the season, the NRL and All 16 NRL clubs will be donating $100 for every point scored across the weekend to the St Vincent de Paul Society's flood appeal. And the NRL's also donating signed jerseys, and there are unique experiences to be auctioned off. You can see the website there, vinnies.org/donate. And you should definitely do that. We send our thoughts and well wishes to everyone affected by the flooding in North Queensland. It's Welsh up to the halfway. Flegler in there with McCulloch, but that's a determined run by Christian Welsh. It's not far away from Origin selection. He's been 18th man a couple of times for Queensland. Another high kick here from Munster. And Boyd let Asako take the catch. Oh, it was a less than convincing one, but he held on to it. Then he got it to Corey Oates. Dragged down by Vunivalu. Whoop, one juggle, two juggles, three, got it, just. Look at this Melbourne defence, Welsh sprinting up with Brandon Smith as well out there in 14, the incumbent New Zealand Test hooker. Tavita Pangai Jr. hurried to pass away. Took a Melbourne hand, I think. Well, here's 6 more there from the referee. No. And here he is, Tavita Pangai Jr. He's been battling hamstring problems in the off-season. Milford bangs a kick downfield on tackle 5, but it's on the full to Hughes. Looking forward, seeing David Fifita's impact here tonight and right throughout the season. That's off a Brisbane hand though. Melbourne back with it. Kenny Bromwich. Munster. Taken by Pangai Jr. and Staggs to short of the halfway line. Brandon Smith. He's one of Andrew's favourites, this boy. Yes.
Turning the screws, Melbourne Storm. And who else? Cameron Smith. That was a delightful kick. Just perfect weight.
So we've got the Slater stand at one end of the ground. I don't think I'm jumping to too big a conclusion to say that maybe the other end of the ground's being reserved for Cameron Smith when he finally departs the NRL.
Which could be in, what, 5 years, 6 years?
Kareem Rattler now. Have a pass away to Sewer. He's been rattled by this tackle.
Last tackle complete. No, it's after the tackle's complete.
Good hard tackle there by Will Chambers.
It was a great decision. They had a 3-man overlap. Yeah. Will Chambers. Oh, he sees his head get slammed in. All legal. Just an accident. They created an overlap. Watch them all work together. See, Munster backs off. Chambers sees the threat. He comes in at a 2-man overlap on the outside. See, they all trusted each other. Munster backed off. They all held it together. And then they went in and killed the play.
And just that Munster backing off, that was the key to it, Joey, wasn't it?
Wait.
You can do it at training all you like, but it's under fatigue, under pressure on the field. You can see they just fall into their formations.
Going to hold for a swap, Matty. I'm going to go 10.
Kick sits up beautifully for Addo Carr to retrieve it on the bounce. Let's go to Brad.
Good work by Jared Sutton, the referee. Just took the ball off Jaden Sewer, realised there wasn't that big a problem, and continued with the game. Well done.
Well, that's one of the mechanisms that the NRL have decided to go with this year to try and maintain fluency in the game. That if a player doesn't require assistance from the doctor in terms of injury, then they'll try and keep the game going. We saw last year there were a number of stoppages for all manner of different issues, medical or otherwise. That won't be happening this year. Kenny Bromwich dances his way up to Brisbane's 40-metre line. And Munster now, they go through their hands. A little kick in behind from Hughes. Oh, delightful touch. Brave by Boyd. Very brave by Darius, but he had to win that back for his team, and he did. Gee, that takes some courage, doesn't it?
No, it does.
They're streaming after the ball, and he puts himself right in the firing line.
That's what you need from your fullback and your captain. He knew he was going to get smashed in one way or another there, and plenty of ticket.
Played by Alex Glenn, sent away to Anthony Milford. Now to Cody Nikorima, now to Katoni Staggs, who's confronted well there by Will Chambers. If you've joined us a fraction late, James Roberts gone for the game with a back problem for Brisbane. Flegler in there leading the charge with Gillett. Curtis Scott leads the meter eaters. Felice Kafusi, Jerome Hughes, Nelson Asava-Solomona. It's all purple for the top 4 slot before we get to Matt Lodge for the Broncos. Munster. What a great player he's become, this man. 18 try assists in the season for Cameron Munster last year. Here goes Christian Welsh this time. Controlled, methodical stuff from Melbourne. Brandon Smith got Boyd, ball and all. Flegler, well, he was a sitting duck there for the defence.
They've got to find some go forward. They're gassed, their forwards. Need their outside backs to get in dummy half and share the load. He's Corey Oates. That'll help.
Scored 18 tries last season, Corey. Over 3,000 running metres for Brisbane. And they come to the right-hand side now. Asako steps back in field. Put down by Kenny Bromwich and Cameron Munster. Here's the last. They haven't been anywhere near Melbourne's line to put an attacking kick up, have they? And Milford throws it up in the air, and it's an easy collect by Hughes. Oh, he got whacked hard by Flegler. Good one.
Well, 30 minutes into the match, and Brisbane have not had a tackle in the opposing 20 yet. So, seriously, I mean, it's 10-0. They should be quite proud of that. The way they've defended, no football. They've been strong.
Their forwards have been strong. Courageous, their forwards.
Here's Brandon Smith. A dogged run to break into Brisbane's half now. Cameron Smith goes through a run. And Brody Croft surged onto the pass. He saw Brisbane's defence going backwards. Munster now thought about a left foot kick, gave it away to Chambers. He rolls it through. Picked up by his long-time representative teammate Darius Boyd. The Storm led by 10 points or more on 13 occasions last season and were beaten just once. And that was by the Anthony Seibold coach Rabbitohs in round 21. Here's Lodge. Tuikama Kamitha in jumper 16 has gone out there to replace Nelson Asava-Solomona. Nikorima goes to the line. Now for Staggs. Here's a chance. Oh, the ball went forward.
They created a chance. Will Chambers finally actually missed a tackle, created a little overlap 2-on-1. They threw a forward pass. Just a good in and away. There it is, but yeah. only a couple of metres.
He's a good player, this young man.
Tomorrow on Nines, Friday night football, the Wayne Bennett era begins at South Sydney when his Rabbitohs take on the reigning premiers, the Sydney Roosters, at the SCG. Superstars across the park there from 7:30, and then the Chemist Warehouse Sunday footy goes to you from Penrith as Ivan and Nathan Cleary unite for the Panthers. The Western Sydney rivalry continues. They take on the Eels. Join us from 3 o'clock. That'll be special tomorrow night, won't it? Roosters, Rabbitohs at the SCG. Plenty of history there.
Latrell on GI. I can't wait for that one.
Here goes Kama Kamitha. He's on the 20-metre line. You sense they're building for another assault here, Melbourne. Away to Brodie Croft. Played 12 NRL games last year, forced his way back in to Craig Bellamy's team for the finals after a long time away from the top line. Munster rolls it through. There's a spirited chase here. Good work there by Asako. It'll be even better if he can stay in the field. He does. Let's go to you, Brad.
You got to feel for Matt Gillette. He played 5 games last year, spent the rest of the year on the bench with a neck injury. He's a predominantly right-edge player. He comes back in his first game. The team's got 18 from 19 in completions, and he's been moved to the middle. He would be buggered.
And he's made 27 tackles already, Freddie.
He's a machine. Have a look at him.
Well, they've got a bit of work rate to make up with in that jumper, don't they, with Josh Maguire having moved to North Queensland. He was a rock for Brisbane in the middle of the park. Bull Lodge with a shaky old pass.
That's just awful. I mean, they're physically and mentally so tired, they don't know what to do now,
That's
Brisbane.
Waiting for this player only.
Yep. Okay, shot clock on.
Well, they've got to get through the next 6 minutes without conceding again, don't they?
Yeah, that's the key. It defended really well. You can see their structures of defence are holding up. They're a lot more aggressive off the line, but it's just the fatigue element. And there's been a lot of ball in play. The game has really flowed. The referees, I'll stand and applaud, have stayed out of the game, and they've let the game flow. So there's a lot of fatigue in both teams, may I say, but in particular Brisbane. They have to hold on.
Yeah, Alex Land had a very interesting conversation with his halfback then, Cody Nikorima. Berated him a little bit. Come on, champ, you've got to do better than that.
Brandon Smith. The harder they tackle him, the more he seems to like it, that kid. Here goes Welsh, out the back on lovely hands. Munster to Chambers to Addo Carr. He'll have to come back to the centre of the park, or towards that direction anyway. He's met by Nikorima there. And Lodge as well. Ball floats away to Smith. And Brandon Smith put it down. There's a rare Melbourne Storm error.
Well, there's tackle 0, 35 metres out from their own line. If they get through this set, they'll get an attacking kick away. This is up to their halves. Got to try to build some pressure. 5 minutes out from half time. This could be a big period in the game.
Tawita Pangai Jr. Tackled on halfway. Milford runs at them. He'll go to Bird.
Yeah, that's better. Got him going backwards and turned the ball inside to a rampaging Bird. Good.
Now Lodge for Cody Nikorima. For Boyd up from fullback. He'll roll it through. Only tackle number 3.
Stand up now. Hold square. Hold.
I mean, it's the first time you get inside the 20 in about 35 minutes and you kick on the 3rd tackle. Hello? And you've got to sustain possession, build some pressure.
Oh, look at that. Lodge with a big shot. Curtis Scott was the man who absorbed that. And then Brandon Smith just runs straight over the top of Andrew McCulloch. And a rapid play the ball for Hughes to run out a dummy half and put a kick down the field. There you go. Sometimes when it's your night, and hit the goalpost pad and bounce back.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114
Yeah, that's a home team bounce, that one.
He wind up Corey Oates.
Less than 3 until half-time. Well, for all the momentum in this game being behind Melbourne, they scored after 4 minutes, and then after 13, it was 10-0 then. There's been no point since. Milford for Lodge. He's gone the whole first half. Back to Nikorima. Now for Katoni Staggs. Here's a chance. He's got Asako outside of him. Good sliding cover defence, though. Addo-Carr nabs him with Will Chambers. Gee, if they could score a try here, it would be a massive boost for them going into half-time. Milford gives it to Jack Bird. Melbourne's defence too organised. There's no opening at all, and then Bromwich hits him very hard there. Last tackle. What can they do in terms of an attacking kick? Milford will kick through. He wants the end goal. Vunivalu, he's got a big turning circle. He's not going to. He can't possibly have got back. He has got back.
He did. That's almost the play of the night.
Go 10 again.
Oh, here we go. Here comes the charge of Brisbane's defence. Curtis Scott saw them off and played it very fast too, given he had everyone bunched around him, but they've got a penalty. Too much desperation for Brisbane.
That was a big play by Vunivalu.
Yes, mate. Thanks, mate.
Nice kick from Milford, inch perfect in the end goal. Vunivalu. Alex Glenn, he gets down there.
There's a line,
Vunivalu,
mate.
the spin.
One ref, mate, boys. Not us.
You're looking at body language. The Storm
Thanks, Spish.
looking a little bit worse for wear
Yeah, they look
compared to
like
Brisbane.
they want
Brisbane
halfway,
look okay.
half-time better than
Be ready for an early kick here, Bish. They may
more than
kick
Brisbane
till
do, that's
5.
for sure.
Hold, go.
Well, this possession has swung. You remember it was 70-30. It's now 55-45, still in favour of Melbourne. It's levelled up dramatically on what it was. Well, Welsh pushes a pass out the back. 45 seconds left in the half. Kama Kamitha. Tackled 42 metres out from the Broncos line. Plays short to Kafusi. Third tackle here for Melbourne. Hughes out of dummy half. Well, they want to be careful here, the Broncos. Melbourne very much close enough. Here's Welsh. He bumped away from Alex Glenn. Got a lovely ball to Smith, who sends it out wide to Kenny Bromwich. They had an overlap. The ball's come out. You heard the call from the referee. Second kick, and Vunivalu's dropped it, and that'll see us out for the first half. Good half of football. Melbourne with 2 tries to nothing.
There's a big half-time coming up for the coach, Anthony Seibold. He has to make these Broncos players believe. Big half-time speech here for the new coach of the Broncos.
And Corey Oates, you know, he needs more ball. He needs to go and look for the ball, Corey Oates. He's made 104 metres tonight for the Broncos, leading by a long way in their metre eatering.
Cameron Munster's showing tonight what an out-and-out superstar he is. A couple of the passes he hasn't thrown that showed the class of the young man. Could have easily pushed the pass, but waited up, held onto the ball. And Jack Bird, I've been impressed with him. Last year, he just didn't look fit. Looks a lot fitter, had that sternum injury. Some of his defence tonight has been really impressive.
Only got through 8 games last year. Hadn't played since round 10 last season prior to tonight. He's lost 7 kilos during the pre-season, Jack Bird. He's done every second of the Broncos pre-season regime. So he's certainly ready to go as far as fitness is concerned, but match fitness is a different scenario. So the Storm with a 10-0 lead, but this has been a high-quality game of football. And Tavita Pangai Jr. off the bench for Anthony Seibold tonight. Sewer tackled on 30. For Lodge, who's gone unchanged since the start of the match. Played at 13 short of halfway. McCulloch with a rare run, which gets him up near the halfway line. Another kick taken on the full by the Fox. Shoved back there, Josh Addo-Carr. A lot of attention is focused on his finishing ability, and rightly so, but he's made more line breaks than any player in the competition in the last 2 years, Josh Addo-Carr. Now Welsh dumped into the ground by McCulloch and Matt Gillett. And Tui Kamikamica playing his 8th NRL game tonight. He's played 9 test matches for Fiji. And Brandon Smith just bulldozes his way over the halfway line.
He's just like a runaway block of cheese. He's just built like a cube. Look how chunky he is.
Runaway block of cheese. Must be lucky it's not a hot evening. He'll go bad pretty quick. Here's Bird. Oh! Good contact by Welsh up top. And Brandon Smith down low, and Cameron Smith there for good measure. That'll test out the sternum, won't it? Bad injuries, those, Andrew, aren't they?
Sternum.
Yeah.
Terrible injury.
Here's Tavita Pangai Jr. standing. Thinking about trying to pop a pass, but thought better of it. They've got to the 5th tackle. They're on the halfway. And Milford will send a shallow high kick up. Addo-Carr to take the catch outside of his own 20. And numbers in the tackle there by Brisbane, shoving back. Just get the feeling here, if they can just get one try, Brisbane, they'll fancy their chances. Here's Chambers now.
Just got to stay in this armrest. The chance will come eventually. Just got to be patient, hang in there.
Oh, look at Brandon Smith. He is using Andrew McCulloch for target practice tonight. Inside pass from Croft finds Kamikamica.
Last tackle, Marcus. Go, last.
Now Croft.
No more, Tavita.
With a high kick, which just sits up there for a second, but Oates, he took it well in the end.
Curtis, clear it now. Marcus. Go, yours one.
So a lot of the attacking kicks, the Storm are kicking to Corey Oates and tackling him on play 0. That way, takes him out of that second play. He gets the sets rolling for Brisbane.
That's a good run by Jack Bird there. He's running really strongly tonight, and then followed up by Darius Boyd, gets him to the halfway line. Bronx, better.
Still haven't seen David Fifita tonight.
Just waiting when they're going to unleash the young beast, Fifita.
Now Milford goes to the line, engages Glenn with a short pass. He's knocked down on the 30-metre line. There he is. 19 years of age, David Fifita. Amazing player. McCulloch stabs one through for the sideline.
A nice kick, nice set by the Broncos. See Tavita Pangai Jr. screaming at his players, trying to lift his teammates. Young pack, isn't it, the Broncos?
You can imagine how good they'll be in 2 or 3 years when they've all got, 60 games under their belt.
It's a new season, a new era of rugby league, which has begun. A new round, a new stadium, a whole new generation of emerging talent, a new era of players with new stories to be told. Experience the new era and get your NRL Premiership tickets today from nrl.com/ticket. Kenny Bromwich now.
Hands away to Tavita. Hold. Go, 2.
Took the starting place of Joe Stimson, who's currently on the sidelines injured. He and And young Scott Drinkwater, which is very sad news for him, a torn pectoral muscle. It's an extensive rehabilitation process. As Addo Carr can't skip down the sideline. He managed to get the ball back before he found the chalk. Not the chalk he's looking for, the sideline that is. And here's Chambers' tackle on the fourth play now. Smith to Kamitha. Good defence there around the legs. Matt Gillett. Who else? Here's Croft down with the inside ball. Hughes with the kick. Oh, well done, Jerome Hughes. Bird can't get back. What about that from Jerome Hughes?
It was great footy all round. Firstly, the inside pass to Jerome Hughes. Darius Boyd, he sees the threat. He makes the tackle on Hughes. Darius Boyd will see the threat. Last play, he'll push up, makes the tackle on, pressures. Hughes gets the ball and gets it through. Darius Boyd, the way he came out of the line on the last play and made him play on the inside. And then Hughes catch, kick, beautiful play.
Excellent. Can someone tell him he's got a caterpillar on his lip? Seriously.
There's a towering dropout. Allowed to bounce. It went over 60 metres before Welsh runs it back. You can't replace Billy Slater, but he's got some game, hasn't he, Jerome Hughes? He goes Brandon Smith. They're up to the 20-metre line and further. He just does not stop. He does not stop. 15 out when Brandon Smith plays it. Out to Munster. Away for Kenny Bromwich.
Great tackle. Nicarima.
Smith at first receiver. Showed it to Karma Kamitha. Went out the back to Croft, who went to Kafusi. 4 tackles gone. They've held them okay. Brisbane so far on this set. Smith goes at them and it left foot step. Karma Kamitha. He's 4 metres out. Here's the last. If they can't score, they'll want another set. Munster with a lovely ball. And they crack open. It's Kenny Bromwich with Melbourne's third.
Yeah, too easy. Too easy. Cameron Munster. Beautiful, beautiful pass. So Brisbane made it very easy for them. They spread their defence on their try line. Not a great move against a team that's the master of the short ball. Look at that. Just not enough numbers out there for Brisbane. That once again comes through from tiredness.
Billy Slater.
Yeah, we see Cameron Munster here. He has the kick option, but you see Will Chambers' position, standing really wide to hold that centre out. Just opens it up for Kenny Bromwich, hitting a nice hole.
It was some hole as well, as it turned out in the end. Straight through Kenny Bromwich to make it 14-0, and the coach likes it. Well, they're a team that's been dominated by superstars with Cameron out there still, and Billy and Cronk, and then you throw Munster in there as well with Chambers. But gee, the Kenny Bromwiches of the world, they're so important in a football team, aren't they?
Yeah, it's the players around the superstars that really make this team the battlers. You know, Craig Bellamy finds them. He turns journeymen, reserve graders into really good players here at the Melbourne Storm. Been doing it for 15 years.
So it's Smith for 16-0. And it's straight between them.
Wait for the clock, mate.
Melbourne extend their
Stay
break
behind.
just after half-time. And the man that set it up, Cameron Munster, catches the kick and gives it away to Christian Welsh. Well, as one of the greatest playmakers of all time, Andrew, how good is Cameron Munster now, and how good might he end up being?
Well, it's up to him how far he goes in the game. But at the moment, even from last year, it looks like he's taken his game to a whole new level. Understanding the off-season, his professionalism has gone up. And he's just all class. He's just all class. And a big body.
Here's Brody Croft now nearly getting through. Tavita Pangai Jr. was the last line of defence. It only just stopped him. But Hughes now goes to Kafusi. He tries with strength to break through Berg's tackle, but he's got him. Short side now, Vunivalu kicks towards the in goal. It'll just skip too deep.
They're absolutely gassed, the Broncos. They may go to their bench soon with David Fifita. Yeah, he's got a card in his hand now. Once again, Cameron Smith just sniping down the short side. Here's Brody Croft, bit of footwork. It's through the line.
He's been good tonight, Andrew, hasn't he? He's played down the right-hand side all night, and a lot of subtle play by him has been really good for the Melbourne Storm.
Well, he knows his position in the team. He's outside, he's got Munster, and on the inside, he's got Cameron Smith. So all he has to do is his job. Let those two superstars run the show.
David Fifita's gone into the game now. Oh, it might be 16-0. It's a far from insurmountable lead here. And Gillett up on the halfway line when he was tackled. Here he is, David Fifita. Might be one of the best young forwards the game's seen in a long, long time. Only just turned 19 as Milford stabs one through into the backfield.
That was a good sign by the Broncos, kicking on play 4. Still backing himself. Just have to compress this defensive line, get off the line, try to force an error by the Storm.
Christian Welch, good stint from him. Another one of those workman-like players. From just inside the 40. One bounce for Boyd. Oh, good shot.
Kafusi somehow got hurt in that little tackle. Good tackle by Curtis Scott, wasn't it?
If that's a little tackle, I don't want to see a big one. And there he is, David Fifita, just short of the halfway line. Play to McCulloch, away from Nicarima, now from Milford. And around the back comes Jack Bird, thought about a pass, thought better of it. Final play of the set. And again, they're too far out for a genuine attacking kick here. Nicarima throws one up in the air, goes forward about 20 metres, but Addo-Carr can catch it all. Here's a pressure ball from Addo-Carr. It rolls along the ground and Hughes has to go back to scoop it up. And Vunivalu to struggle for all the meterage he can gain. Jerome Hughes, 170 metres. Curtis Scott, Felice Kafusi. Here he is again. And now Munster, another desperate legs tackle. Fifita responsible for that one. Now Cameron Smith, he wants to try and milk something out of the referee. They don't buy it. As Scott goes away, and now Hughes looking for a path past Milford. You can't find any vacant territory either side of the Broncos' number 6. And now Croft with a high kick.
So they need to find some metres, the Broncos, and they've played 2 and 3. The Storm worked so hard, getting off the line.
Oh! Karma Kamitha on Oates.
Worked so hard defensively. Their first 2 plays, the Storm stops all the go forward of the opposition.
Kenny, let's go straight away. Jesse, Tui, go.
Here's Cody Nikorima with a weaving run at them for Milford. He loops one away. An inside pass from Glenn to Jack Bird, but there's no one there to help him. He could have got a pass away there, Jack. And that's what he was thinking. But he had no option but to take the tackle of Curtis Scott.
Go, Curtis! Curtis!
Another high one from Milford. Down to Wano Carr. They've kicked exclusively to his side of the ground tonight. Brandon Smith comes to the bench.
Gets a rousing round of applause. He's been so good.
And Finucane's gone out there to relieve Brandon Smith in that lock forward role. Jesse Bromwich back into the game. Lovely pass. Here's Croft now trailing up. Croft inside the 20, tries to put a step on Boyd. Jack Bird got him. It's the last play. Brisbane struggling to get back. Smith in the dummy half. Kafusi away. Curtis Scott gets one out the back, but it's picked up there by Brisbane, and they've just managed to hold Melbourne out.
Yeah, they slaughtered the try there. No support back on the inside from the Brodie Croft break, which was surprising. Brisbane once again forced to ruck it out from their own 10-metre zone. The desperation pass here from Curtis Scott. Can't blame him for that.
There's that Nikorima show and go. It's his danger play, but Melbourne not buying it there. He's Lodge now. That's 5 tackles. They're only at their own 30-metre line, Brisbane. Nikorima's got to kick long. But again, straight to one of the back three. That time Jerome Hughes, and he'll go for Vunivalu and say, up you go.
Anthony, hold. Go one.
Had a spell tonight.
He's been out there the whole time.
Go two.
There he is, leaving the defensive line.
Every time one of the Melbourne Storm players comes off and gets replaced, the whole bench gets up and gives them a round of applause, a pat on the back.
Look at Finucane this time. Breaks inside Brisbane's 30, 16-0. Melbourne over the Brisbane Broncos. It's the 2019 season opener. It's the same old Melbourne as we've seen year in, year out. They won 15 of the last 17 against this Brisbane outfit. And Smith with a kick for Croft. Oh, it was on.
Okay, you knock on there.
Cameron Smith here.
Okay, go.
Oh, here we go.
Gets your hand to it.
Just Cameron Smith looks to go one way, knows Darius Boyd's going the other, and then kicks back the other way. That is just a piece of genius there from Cameron Smith. The way he manipulated Darius Boyd, made him move off the ball, and then kicked the ball into space. Incredible play.
It's the old Smith-Cooper-Cronk move. You can substitute the player, but the same play works. Yes, Brad?
Yeah, just on Matt Lodge. I was talking to Lockie at half-time, actually, about how his endurance is incredible. He's made 30 tackles, he's ran for 100 metres, but I think sometimes it also takes a little bit of punch out of what he does, and I think sometimes he needs that. Brisbane need a little bit of punch with their front row.
Well, this is their first set start, first penalty inside the Melbourne Storm's area. This is where teams work in the off-season. They find their structures and their set plays and sequences. Let's see what the Broncos have here.
They've had very little ball down this end of the field. Well, it's here or now, isn't it? They've got to find some points here, Brisbane. If they do, they'll steam home. Nikorima, Milford, Boyd, Bird for the corner. This is it. Corey Oates has scored. It's his 9th try in his last 5 games. We're going to have to seek verification from the bunker,
We're just
though.
clearing the touchline, please.
Well, you're not stopping Corey Oates from there.
Yeah, it's a simple play, but effective. Corey Oates, who at one stage in his career last year wanted to turn into a second rower.
Corey Oates remains in the field of play.
Look at the size of him.
But why would you when you
Grounds the ball on the
can
in
do
goal.
that
Have
on
a
the wing?
decision.
Outstanding. So Brisbane come back into it.
Nice shot.
That's all they needed.
Yeah.
It was nice play by Milford on the edge of the ruck. See the decision here. The way Milford gets the ball and he straightens the attack and then gets Darius Boyd free. Watch Milford get the ball and watch him just straighten the attack here on the Harvey Norman replay and hold the ball up, which then creates the 3-on-2. Jack Bird does a great job here to free up his wingman. Perfect timing. Milford goes far enough and just straightens the attack. You like that one, Bill?
This will do amazing things for the Broncos' confidence. Points, they needed them. And you notice the 3 ball players, Cody Nikorima, Anthony Milford and Darius Boyd on the same side of the field. Darius Boyd, 3-on-2, he's the best in the business, and Corey Yates, no one stops him from that far out.
Well, this can get it back inside 2 converted tries. Asako, oh, he's a sharpshooter, isn't he? He nails it from the touchline.
Better this half, Matt, on the 10, mate. Keep
It's the
going.
third time that Brisbane had been tackled inside
Yeah, I'll look at it, mate.
Melbourne's 20-metre zone there.
Time, mate.
So that's a good sign they've been able to convert that opportunity into a converted try. We're back to a 10-point ball game.
Andrew, just an observation on the referees tonight. They're letting the game flow, it would seem. Last year, average penalties in a game was 16. Tonight, only 6. And the game really has flowed quite nicely.
Yeah, really impressed with the referees. Hopefully it continues because this has been a great game. You can see the fatigue in the game. Some of these forwards are out on their feet. See, last year that would have been a penalty. They let the game flow.
Here's Jack Bird, cuts back off the left foot. Well, it's been the edict from the NRL. Let it flow, keep the ball in play. And it's been quick, hasn't it, for an opening round game? I hope this is the template for what's to come for the rest of the year. It'll be fascinating as this season unfolds. Could be the best year we've ever had. Nikorima goes with an aerial kick to Addo-Carr's wing again. And he's buried in a good kick chase. Chambers is hurt.
It was McCulloch. Him right in the breadbasket.
And now Hughes gets a bit of defensive treatment. Well, that's 3 tackles gone, and they've gone essentially nowhere, Melbourne, yet. There's that wonderful Jesse Bromwich fullback. Oh, no, he's got the ball away to Brisbane. It's Oates, Corey Oates. He'll get away from them and score again. Oh, Jesse Bromwich handed it straight to him.
Can you believe that, Fat?
Wow. It's turned on a sixpence, this game, in about 30 seconds. Melbourne, very casual. The Harvey Norman replay, casual coming out of their own. That's awful. I mean, his head was nearly up his freckle and he's tried to pass it.
Brad.
I love the late offload, but it's sort of the Storm players that actually went to sleep, not Corey Oates. Corey Oates is just standing there. It's a great play, the late offload, but not when you hit the other player.
You know the movie The Terminator, when the Terminator just runs and nothing can stop him? He runs through buses. It's like Corey Oates. When he winds up, it's like the Terminator. It just keeps going. Put a double-decker base in front of him.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Now, that was Arnie. It's the guy Arnie's fighting.
Oh, okay.
Have a look at.
Oh, yeah, the other dude. I remember. Terminator 2.
Yeah. The big horse, Corey Oates.
Well, we're not starting a movie show on the Nine Network anytime soon. 16-10, now 16-12.
Successful conversion. And there's a try. It's 1 point for the difference. Bristol 16, Toronto 12. Just over 6.5 minutes remaining. Let's go, Stone.
One ref, mate. Just keep behind it. Stay behind.
Never ceases to amaze this game. For an hour, it was all Melbourne at 16-0. And within a couple of minutes, Brisbane have gone whack, whack, and it's 16-12. And you'd have to say now, gentlemen, with momentum, the Broncos are coming home. Here's Lodge, runs into a big shot by Dale Finucane. From Pangai Jr. out to Nikorima. For Katoni Staggs, who was met by Chambers and picked up and driven into the ground safely, though. It's Joel Fandawi. Up to the halfway. McCulloch will scoop it up and go short side with a little dash. On the fifth and last, Nikorima again high into the air. Hughes with the return. Gee, I don't think I've ever seen Jesse Bromwich throw a bad pass. That was strange, and it wasn't really near any of his teammates, was it? It was Oates standing there all by himself.
Back on.
Now Curtis Scott, confronted by Alex Glenn and Tavita Pangai Jr. And suddenly Melbourne finding yardage hard to come by. Croft goes to the boot from inside his own 40, but Boyd with the catch on the full and at speed. Finucane got him though. It's a real Dale Finucane tackle, that one. And Corey Oates with 2 back-to-back tries. What do you think from here, Paul?
Well, Brisbane have lifted. The 2 tries have really got them going. I mean, they're running harder, they're running with more purpose, and they're looking a lot better. And it's Melbourne who seem to be on the back foot at the moment.
Boyd popping up in the centre of the park. Got it back to Pangai Jr. Backhander for Alex Glenn. Changes direction. He's knocked over by Cameron Smith with the assistance of Finucane. There's Milford. Over towards the Addo Carl wing. Up he goes. Good tackle. Well done. He might have just copped a bit of a twist there, Carl, although he's gone for the stretch, which generally means you can point to a cramp. Be a bit of that in round 1, won't there? Oh, now Vunivalu with a strong search. He wanted a penalty.
Yeah, well done to the referee.
That would have been a penalty last year too.
They're letting the players decide who wins the game.
Here's Kafusi. Here's Curtis Scott. We've only had 6 penalties in the match. Munster with an inside ball to Hughes. Lodge was across there from the inside.
Big tackle again from Lodge.
Now Munster. Now Jesse Bromwich. Gallop's clear. He's going to erase the bad pass a few minutes ago. He scores one of his own.
What a try. What a try by the big second rower, the big prop, number 8, Jesse Bromwich, striding through a massive gap. They've had a little bit of success tonight with that inside pass. But Jesse Bromwich from 20 metres out, 25 metres out. And the dummy, what about the dummy to the fullback, Darius Boyd?
Well, the key here, there's one marker, and the marker gets tied up. Cameron Smith gets the marker involved. I think it's Offahan Gowie, which opens up the inside pass. If you get that marker to stop, you're always open. See, Offahan Gowie's there at marker. He'll bite on Cameron Smith, but then opens up the inside pass. When there's one marker, you cannot bite on the dummy half. It just opens up all that room around the ruck. Jesse Bromwich, nice play.
Billy.
Yeah, double inside pass there on Cameron Munster. The first one was Jerome Hughes. Quick play of the ball. Jesse Bromwich on the second one. And you see the elation on his face. I can tell you that was because he threw that offload just before and created a try for the Broncos. So he got one back for his team.
Matthew Lodge finally getting a break. He's been their best, Brisbane. No doubt about that, been outstanding. Oh, he's not coming off yet. I thought Darius Boyd there, Joey. Fullback's a tough spot to play, but the support players were covered by other Brisbane players. He just had to go straight at Bromwich, hit him front on.
Probably thought Jesse Bromwich didn't have a step. It's just the guile of Cameron Smith around.
Back to a 10-point game.
Still 10 seconds, so it looks like it's going the other way. Time your run, don't go early. Time it.
Sako with the restart. What a fabulous game to launch the season here at Amy Park in Melbourne. And it's still very much a live prospect. Ample time for Brisbane to come back into this.
The highest quality in this game. You see both these teams will be there at the end of the year. Storm they just keep keeping on. And then you look at the Brisbane Broncos, really for a long time tonight, nothing's gone right for them. They just hung in, and for a while though, we thought they were coming to get the Storm.
Here's Nelson to the Solomona.
That's his second run in 3 tackles, so the big fella's come back with a vengeance in the second half.
Last tackle, Marcus. Go last, Joe.
Wait for Brodie Croft. And with a 10-point lead, he's happy to try and eat up the clock.
Very smart.
Our brand new post-game show kicks off tonight. A reminder, there's a lot to talk about. Our experts recap all of tonight's action. We'll hear from both teams' stars. Plus, we'll let Freddie loose in the winning sheds. All that and plenty more on Macca's Golden Point right after full time. Stick around for all the analysis and a good look ahead to this weekend and the remainder of the season as well.
When I hear Freddie and Luce next to each other in a sentence, I get really excited.
That's nearly every sentence.
Freddie, Luce in dressing room, that gets me really excited.
I suppose it is late night television, isn't it? So we'll see what happens. Great access to both teams right throughout the season in Macca's Golden Point following Thursday night football. We'll get you up closer to the action than ever before here on the wide world of sports. Here's Oates now with 2 tries to his credit. Inside the final 10. He's succumbed to some cramp there. Corey Oates. The pickle juice will be in ample supply in week 1 of the season. There's a 5th tackle penalty. That'll help.
They're all behind, we're good.
And a quick kick by Andrew McCulloch. And the resumption here for the Broncos, 10 metres inside Melbourne's half.
Hold. Go.
They spread it to Nicarima. He claps on some speed, but he's stopped there by Kenny Bromwich.
So quick when he decides to go, Nicarima.
Oh! Nelson Arce for Solomona!
Oh, how good.
Has sent Matt Gillett into the Yarra River. goodness me.
Stand up, boys. Hold. Go, 3.
Oh.
Felice, give room. Go, 4.
Milford now with an inside ball by Pengalli. He's just stopped. Last tackle. Less than 8. Oh, no, he's dropped the ball.
No. Lost.
And he blew
And that
up.
compounds it.
And that piece of ill discipline, Anthony Seibolt's not happy, nor should he be. It's cost him.
What about that tackle? My goodness
ripper,
me.
wasn't it? So here we go. Let's see what happens here. He's obviously claiming he got raked out. Can't really. Oh, he's just lost it, hasn't he? Yeah, and then blew up.
I think in round 1, you usually expect players to take a bit of time to get used to their defensive timing, Andrew. There's been some massive shots tonight.
In years gone by, we haven't really seen the big hits because of all the catching and wrestling. Tonight, that's gone some of the hits.
Andrew, Matt, hold Alex. Hold. Go, 2.
Brandon Smith's back.
Hands away, David. Hold. Go, 3. Shorten a little bit.
Here goes Jesse Bromwich. It's up 13 metres seamlessly. Just glides across the turf. It's a wonderful athlete for a big man. And now Brandon Smith wants a piece of the action again. 24 out from the Broncos line. Cameron Smith, Cameron Munster gets it out of there.
Sure, the coach, Anthony Seibold, will be happy with the performance of the Broncos. Looking at their interchange tonight, the Broncos pretty much gone with 4 forwards. Tony Staggs could play in the backs. The dummy half, Andrew McCulloch, incredible workhorse of a player. I wonder if they have anyone in their system, the Broncos, who has that speed at a dummy, like a Craig Wing used to come off the bench and threaten around the ruck.
Yeah, Andrew's not threatening like he was 3 years ago, is he? Or 2 years ago. He's still a really good club player and makes 1 million tackles a game.
Yeah, but I'm not knocking.
No.
He does a lot of
He's
work.
a good leader around. But yeah, they need someone with a bit of zip.
Someone come on with 20 minutes to go in the game.
And if they had another half, you could probably put Nikorima off the bench into that role.
Young Jake Turpin has had a couple of games in the 9 when McCulloch was in Origin duties last year. He's a live wire sort of a customer, but a specialist number 9. I think you're sort of thinking more utility, aren't you, Andrew?
But you're right, Fatty. Nikorima coming off the bench, he would terrorise teams around the ruck. I think he's been great tonight, Nikorima, in the half acquisition.
Look, I think he's played well for Brisbane in the last couple of years. When he filled in for Ben Hunt a couple of years ago, he's a little kick.
He's trying to set up a chase for someone, but back there sweeping in the old half-back style. Brody Croft does well to stop it.
Yeah, I think Nikorima's a good player. I haven't seen him have too many poor games.
Surrender!
5 minutes left. Drew Navalu tackle. Now here's Tom Eisenhuth. 6 years between his first and second NRL game. Played for the Panthers all the way back in 2012, and he's waited until now to get a second match in the NRL. There's a great story of perseverance, isn't it?
Go, last!
And Munster wants to find the sideline again, but he kicked it straight into Jermaine Sarko's breadbasket.
Hold, Jesse! All behind, righto. Go 10.
Got time, mate.
Hold now, wait for the foot. Hold, go.
David Middleton told me before the game too that Tom Eisenhuth, with 6 years and 206 days between his first and second game, it's the 4th longest break between games 1 and 2 in the game's history.
There's the other 3, Fatty.
It's Bird now. Fatty's just scrambling through the statistical book that he brings to every game.
I remember this Mike Ford, little Tommy halfback. Played at East in '85. I wasn't around with John McGovern in 1909.
Remember him?
And then there's some Albert Paul for Newtown. 1948, then Canterbury 1956. Wow.
Mike Ford played for East in 1985 and then 9 years and 201 days later played for South Queensland. Here's a chance. Milford now gives it to Corey Oates. What's he doing over there? Oh, he passed it straight at the head of Katoni Staggs and the ball goes out.
Play down, wait. With the
There's
trainer.
nice play there. Rushing defence from the Melbourne Storm. They got in behind him with the short pass to Offengawi. What did the rushing defence on the outside? And then Corey Oates bobs up in the middle of the field. I don't mind that. Especially late in the game, the winger coming in with someone his size.
I love wingers who go looking for work. Cameron Munster there ran up, sprinted up in defence, probably didn't have to, and he created the opening
10 seconds, boys.
for the Broncos.
Will.
But if you're a Broncos fan watching in Brisbane, I mean, look, they've lost their first game, but don't be too disappointed. There's plenty of signs of promise for them.
This is the team to get excited about. Talking about Mike Ford, his son is the halfback for English Rugby Union. And the 5'8" is the son of Andy Farrell, the great Wigan player.
Last 2 minutes here. Melbourne are going to get this done. They're going to continue this amazing run of first round victories. They'll make it 17 in a row. Craig Bellamy's never lost a first round game.
But apart from that, 3-minute lapse they had, they controlled the whole game, really. I mean, look at Cameron Smith. He's played in a dinner suit again. Hardly a beat of sweat on him. He's just controlled everything from dummy half and from first receiver. Just
an incredible club, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just keep rebuilding. Think of the superstars they've lost over the years. Folau, Inglis, Cronk goes north to Sydney. Billy Slater retires. Just an incredible club.
To Staggs, Katoni Staggs, good run. All the way to Darius Boyd, then to Andrew McCulloch, then to Milford, then to Nikorima. Birds there, so's Corey Oates. But Melbourne's defence has got them covered. Now for Offengawi, a backhander for Corey Oates. Knocked on by Melbourne, and this runaway for Josh Addo-Carr is going to be in vain.
Time off.
It's a difficult little 1-2 road trip that Melbourne have got coming up. They've got Canberra away next week, and then they play Penrith at Bathurst.
Yeah, time's off.
Time's already off, boys.
Week 3.
You can stand up, boys.
The Broncos against the Cowboys at Suncorp next week. Then the Dragons also at Suncorp, and they'll take on the Roosters in Sydney. So it's not an easy start to the season for Brisbane. There's no such thing as an easy start, of course, but all leading teams there for the Broncos in the opening 4 weeks. Cowboys next week. Gee, doesn't their pack look incredible this year? North Queensland.
That pack that the North Queensland have got is one of the most impressive packs I've seen in rugby league in a long time.
Last 10 seconds, a kick by Boyd, and Vunivalu is going to send it out. Melbourne are starting on a winning note for 2019. They've been very, very good. Very professional as always. It's 4 tries to 2. It's a 22-12 victory for Craig Bellamy's Melbourne Storm over Anthony Seibold's Brisbane Broncos.
I think he's entitled to be quite happy with that, Craig. All his big guns played well. Your Will Chambers, Cameron Munster was good, Bromwich, Cameron Smith, very nice, and look, Jerome Hughes has passed his test at fullback, did very well.
Full time at Amy Park. The season is underway. It's Melbourne 22, Brisbane 12.